Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Let's face it, you bout to get a beat down. Less talking, let's take it to the streets now. Ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight? Touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin'. Go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick, call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky, make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip, look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got all night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, ratos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 for a special Wednesday night edition of the Shoe Shine. Tons of boxing and fights this weekend. I got my co-host all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish Strevo. ¿Qué pasa? What you drinking? And we may be joined shortly. I do believe the big homie Vince will be dropping by. So Vince, if you're listening, anytime, just hop in. We got so much to talk about, so much to cover because it's fight week, and you're not gonna believe what I just missed. Right? I got it on here. I'm watching it right here. I'm watching the live open workouts that just ended in Sydney, Australia. So if you're on the fence about who to bet, of course, you might want to check out these open workouts they just had in Sydney, Australia. Damn, Sydney's beautiful, Drew. I think that's kind of one of my bucket list countries to travel to is check out Australia. Like, that'd be pretty amazing. Pali Malignaggi on the microphone for the open workout, as well as, let me see, who was the other guy? Oh, Sean Porter, who lives in my hood. What's up, Wile E. Coyote, SoCal Darius? Great to have you guys and everybody that may be watching in the replay. Errol Spence looks pretty good. You look pretty good at open workout. Now, there were some videos circulating around, on the old social media where he didn't look so quick. I mean, he didn't look so good on to me, he didn't look so good on the mitts or the bags. But Drew, I put up the video on our channel. We got to talk to one of his main sparring partners, Brian Mendoza, who knocked out the Towering Inferno, who also fought Tim Tszyu in Australia when Tim Tszyu was the champ. And he told me, it's on video, guys, go check out the video, basically said that Errol Spence looks phenomenal at 160 pounds. He's solid, and he's hungry. But, Drew, there is a 3-year layoff. I've never seen fighters this year who have taken a year off or approaching a year off or longer have looked like complete shit. What is going to happen with Sunday morning in Australia, but it's Saturday night here? What is going to happen? Is Father Time and inactivity going to win, or is Errol Spence going to shock the world as a new middleweight?
I think he's going to win. I'm everybody. Here's the thing. People are saying Errol Spence is washed. Thing about it is, Tim Tszyu's washed too. So what's your fucking point? And people are still on the dick of Tim Tszyu. Excuse my French, but it's true. You're on it. You guys are on it hard, and I'm sorry to tell you this. Get off it, because he's just going to disappoint you again. And some of you guys are wasting your Viagras.
But not the blue chew, not the blue chew.
and it's a shame because I don't know. It's a shame because I don't know if some of these guys got granted interviews and everything. They gotta be on some you get call how you see it. They're both are washed. Who's more accessible to a fucking punch? it's fucking Tim Sue. He gets hit one good fucking time. He's done. Like, can we just look at it like this? That Tim Sue has taken beatings. Errol Spence has taken one beating. I think compared to those beatings, I think Crawford gave Spence a better beating. One beating Tim Sue received, it was a quick one. So let's look at it like this. I believe this fight's gonna end by stoppage. And I will put my money on the underdog to do it. So,
well, who is the underdog? Look, I'm trying to find. I'm on DraftKings, guys.
Errol Spence got to be the underdog.
Now, this don't make any sense to me. God. Why draft? Yeah, I know. Shout out to all the trolls in here, guys. If you love the fight game, stick around. You might enjoy our conversation here. But
he ain't staying.
DraftKings has got me tripping here because I don't see any odds. They got Zuffa odds, and they've got the big Saudi Arabia card, which features Anthony Joshua. We're going to get to that in shortly. But I did see originally that, you know, what you were saying, the odds were in favor of the guy with the 3-year layoff, Errol Spence, which is strange to me.
Yeah?
There's actually only 2 fights on this entire card that, to me, because I'm not familiar with these Australian fighters, there's only 2 fighters that I really care to give my predictions on. I'm going to give predictions on the main event, obviously. I'm dialed into that. Jamal Charlo was originally supposed to be on this card, Drew, and he was the co-main feature, and I don't know if they got a replacement for Cohen Mazoudir, who is, I believe he's an Australian fighter. So Stephen Fulton, all the way from Philadelphia, fighting Liam Wilson. Liam Wilson, famously known when he came to the U.S. and took on Emmanuel Navarrete, who Emmanuel Navarrete was making his debut performance, I think, at 130 pounds. And you remember Emmanuel Navarrete, who's usually the one knocking people out. The Australian came to the U.S. and dropped him, almost finished him. And then Emmanuel Navarrete, unbelievable, comes back and knocks out Liam Wilson. So Liam Wilson is no slouch. I mean, he's dropped a multi-division world champion, but Stephen Fulton is himself a multi-division world champion, man. How you feeling about the Philadelphia fighter, Stephen Fulton, man? Is he going to stop Liam Wilson, this guy out of his league?
It might be a decision.
He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
Yeah, I'll put it as a decision. Like, let's look at it like this. PBC and DAZN are dropping the ball again. None of these fights are pay-per-view worthy. Like, what is DAZN gonna learn? When are these guys gonna learn to stop putting fights on pay-per-view? Like you guys are losing money, and you see that your subscribers going down every day in the United States. Why are you guys having pay-per-view fights? Like, you're already charging unreasonable prices in the U.S. when we are probably going through borderline recession. Like, I don't get it. And anybody that promotes to go get DAZN, you want knee pads. I can tell you a place to get knee pads from and everything, because, like, that's all you guys do is just, you either get paid to promote their shit, or you just really want a job so fucking bad that you'll get on your knees and fucking promote it. So it's ridiculous how people will want to pay shit like this and pay for this. Nobody's paying for this shit. Nobody's paying for Anthony Joshua to fight. What, tune-ups?
Do you know, Drew, if DAZN is making... Okay, so I just checked the start time for the Pacific, for people out on the West Coast is... Why do I keep losing my info? I think 6 p.m. Pacific. Let me see here. Actually, and then you got the Saudi Arabia card, which because of the big giant time difference, that's probably a daytime fight. Now, if you pay for one of these, do you get to watch both on Saturday, or do you need to subscribe to the super premium package to watch both?
I think you have to pay for both.
Individually? What's up, Big Spooky?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind is going to pay for 2 pay-per-views this weekend? Nobody. I mean, let's be honest. Most fight, not even just fight fans, most sports fans are now operating their own little Fire Stick type devices, but these are pay-per-views. I think they're both individual pay-per-views. Anthony Joshua versus Christian Prenga, heavyweight boxing card billed as the comeback this Saturday at the Jeddah Superdome in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Let's look at the ring walk here. 2:52 Pacific Standard Time is the estimated ring walk for Anthony Joshua, and then you have 2 or 3 hours to get yourself together to watch the nighttime event from Sydney, Australia. Truly, like, boxing is going around the entire world this weekend, and bare knuckle boxing too. You got the UK, you got New York City on Sunday, you got Saudi Arabia, and you have Sydney, Australia. Man, I feel bad for anybody who's going to pay for all these fights, but we do got a lot of boxing news. I'm going to wait and see if Vince shows up tonight. A lot of boxing news to talk about, but for now, we're just going to run some of these cards.
Vince.
We're going to run this card. Well, I don't know if he texted me, but let me just double check. But let's go through some of these cards for the daytime Anthony Joshua card. All right. Anthony Joshua, 29-4 versus Christian Prenga. And also, Tyson Fury's fighting. Tyson Fury is fighting. Now, here's the deal with this fight. Fury versus Watch. How do I even say his name? July 24th from a Muay Thai stadium in Pattaya, Thailand. Okay, it says Netflix at the very bottom. But from what I understand, Drew, this fight is not going to be televised. That's crazy. This fight's not going to be televised at all. Yeah, from what I read, they are going to film this fight and make it part of Tyson Fury's reality TV show, season 3, and show it there. So I have no idea if anybody's going to be live streaming from the venue. Maybe you might get some Instagram live, or you might get somebody on YouTube live who's physically there. But according to what I'm reading, this fight will not be televised worldwide. It's going to be pre-recorded and included in an episode of his upcoming reality TV show to promote the big fight, which both of these guys got to win this weekend. They got to win this weekend and get by their opponents. Now, I'll tell you, Christian Prenga, who's Anthony Joshua's opponent, he's 20-1, and all of his wins come by KO. That sounds pretty good. But as far as the opponent, but Watch, what's his name?
Watch has fought Vladimir Klitschko.
He's fought some big
Rock
names.
has fought Vladimir Klitschko.
Well, that might be the most impressive name on his resume. He's 39 wins, 13 losses. You include that one there, but he's got to be the oldest heavyweight. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights. He's 46 years old. This all but just guarantees. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, Tyson Fury looked like crap against Francis Ngannou. He didn't look too good there, but I mean, they're not even going to televise this fight. I see a stoppage. 46 years old. Yeah. I see a stoppage, man. I don't know if the humidity. Looks like it's going to be an outdoor venue. That might have, but he's been in Thailand for a while. Actually, Tyson Fury's been preparing like a Muay Thai fighter in the hot, humid weather of Thailand. So I don't think that'll be a factor, man. But that fight, like I said, as far as I can see, nothing, man. I don't think anyone's going to be able to see that fight. All right, I do have the odds from DraftKings.com for that card. Some of the big players on that. Let's see here. We'll start with Josh Kelly, the newest 154-pound champion, fighting his mandatory. I cannot even pronounce his last name. Well, I'll give my best shot. Agyarko. Agyarko is a plus 330 underdog, somebody that's never set soil on American fought here in the U.S. as far as I can see. Josh Kelly, a negative 450 favorite, but he's got to win because I think things are getting pretty close negotiation-wise. In fact, I got a clip here, man. Let's hear it. He's ready to fight your guy, Boots Ennis.
Yeah, because it looks like Vergil Ortiz camp is not trying to fight this fight, not trying to make this fight. Oscar is not trying to make this fight. Like I said before, he was only willing to make one of the two fights, Ryan versus Conor or Boots versus Vergil. He'd rather make Conor versus Ryan. And it's showing. He did not want Vergil fighting Boots Ennis.
But Josh Kelly is promoted by Eddie Hearn as far as I know, right?
That's the easiest fight to make. You know, Fundora ain't gonna want to fight you right now. Oscar's figuring any way for Vergil not to fight you because he needs somebody to keep the well, I guess. And you got one guy, you got another champion you can fight. You take his belts, and you're to unify. This makes it more favorable in your favor to be an A side for the undisputed fight. This is matter of fact, this is what I want to talk about, and I think this is a good topic to talk about. Vergil Ortiz. He's the interim 154-pound WBC champion. He's been like that for a minute, and he hasn't been elevated to mandatory like he should. Yet Sulimov is forcing him to pay a 3% sanctioning fee every time he defends that belt. Every time he fights with that belt, he has to pay it. So how is somebody else that nobody has heard of as a mandatory over your interim champion? But you're making him pay money still. I'm sorry. Interim title holders shouldn't have to pay a sanctioning fee especially if you are not making them the mandatory to the main champion. And then he brings up some bullshit. It's, they have come off injury. No.
Vergil Ortiz is kind of in a screwed position anyways. Look, the WBC, like you said, you mentioned there's an interim guy and nobody knows. I can't even remember his name. And he's ahead of a bigger star, attraction, somebody who's very notable, one of the best fighters in the Golden Boy stable, Vergil Ortiz. And it doesn't make any sense. So Vergil would have to essentially come off of one of the longest layoffs of his career, another one of the longest layoffs of his career, and jump right into that championship fight against the towering Inferno Fundora, which I don't think if I asked a group of 10 people, I don't think they would say Vergil Ortiz would jump into a fight against Fundora without a tune-up. So let's listen to this Josh Kelly clip real quick because he said he's ready. He's down. He's down to fight your boy Boots, and he's got that third title Boots might want. I'm sure Josh Kelly believes in himself. Hey, shout out to Daniel Berg Sports. I appreciate you. Let's listen to this clip really quickly. Josh Kelly, who is fighting this Saturday.
I didn't expect it to become that much of a firefight that soon. Obviously, I know that was Ennis's plan, but I think Xander was sort of like thinking, you're coming up to my weight. I'm the bigger guy, so I'm going to try and make you feel some things. And it was a good fight. It was a very good fight. There was things you could take from both fighters, goods and bads, and pros and cons. I love watching it.
Boots has openly talked about the dream of being undisputed at 154. Is that a fight all going well on Saturday that you want to turn your attention
100%. Saturday first though, but 100%.
All right, he answered that question. It took him a while to get there, but Josh Kelly, if he defeats his mandatory, because he's just defending his IBF title for the first time. And by the way, you guys know the IBF is the strictest, man. If you don't fight their mandatory, they'll just, they'll strip you. Like the big news. Did you hear Jayo Pataya's suing IBF?
And he should, because here's the thing: if they're not a league, a separate league, and they're actually somewhat a promoter, you have to let him. There's no justified way of stripping him. He has every right to sue them, and he's going to win, and he's probably going to win his title back. They're probably going to have to give him that title.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of people embroiled in mandatories, blah, blah, blah stuff, the big news today, okay, this is Chris Mannix, and there was an interview here, I think this is Lance Pugmire, earlier yesterday, but Devin Haney, we finally have an idea of what's going on with Devin Haney. So I don't know. According to Chris Mannix, there was a big battle between Zuffa and DAZN over Devin Haney.
I think Haney is such an important figure in this kind of battle right now. And Eddie Hearn has been mentioning this publicly, and I think he's right, that Devin is in such a strong negotiating position right now because DAZN wants him for the reasons we articulated. Zuffa wants him because they need him. Like, they really need him. Like, if Zuffa doesn't get Devin Haney, what?
The world will end. If Zuffa doesn't get...
I don't think they need Devin Haney. Like, come on, you're gonna deal with the BS antics that he does, that his camp does all the time. Like, the fans, he's losing a fan base. Like, when you go and you make the moves that you make, which is what you're doing now with Keyshawn Davis, you personally went to a post bid knowing that it's an automatic 75-25 split, and you know that Keyshawn Davis wouldn't take that, so you have the right to say, oh, he's ducking me and everything. Like the Haneys don't realize how stupid they are, how naive they are, don't know how the fans know what they do, how they do business and everything. And it's a shame because everybody knows how you guys work. Now, what happens if Keyshawn Davis says, fuck it, I'll fight you. I'll take the 25%. But I'm going to tell you this right now, when I whoop your ass, you want a rematch, you're going to take that 25%. And that's how it's going to be. Like, he's hoping Keyshawn Davis pulls out. That's why he wanted to go to postman. He's hoping he pulls out because he does not want to fight Keyshawn Davis.
The WBO has a purse date. I don't have the date in front of me, but this is the big news. Next week. This is the big news, guys. Devin Haney's not going to Zuffa. He's signed. What's so interesting is that Teofimo Lopez, earlier this week, or I think I announced it, Teo signed an exclusive deal with DAZN as his own promoter. And Devin Haney has his own promotions company. He's listed as Devin Haney Promotions. They are not signing with a promoter. They're signing straight with the television network, if you want to call it that, the streaming service. They're signing directly. So they will represent themselves as their own promoter. But because DAZN pays for the fight, DAZN is probably going to win the purse bid. Devin doesn't have to bother with putting on the show. The show is going to be put on by DAZN, and Top Rank has the promotions, the deal with Keyshawn. So it's all in-house. It's all in-house. And it'll probably just have a banner saying Devin, in association with Devin Haney Promotions and Top Rank Boxing, DAZN. It's going to happen. Next week, we'll know exactly what the purse bid is. I don't see anybody else winning the purse bid. I heard a stupid rumor that Jake Paul was going to buy the fight. That would have... Maybe I think legally you can still go to the auction and place a bid if you got enough money. The opening bid was pathetic, right?
200,000, 200K.
You're not going to get the fight for that. Devin Haney will not fight for 200,000 and split that 25% with Keyshawn.
Well, here's the thing: if he doesn't fight, he gets stripped.
Yeah, you're right. No, he's going to fight him. He's going to fight him. That's his mandatory. And it's a great fight. And we'll find out how soon enough at the welterweight limit. Hey, I got this funny clip. Ryan Garcia, a lot of Ryan Garcia clips. He's been on a lot of podcasts. He's doing his share, I think, of promoting the Conor Benn fight. I think Conor Benn has his strengths too, personality-wise, in the lead up to their fight here in Las Vegas. But let's listen to a little clip because Ryan can't stop talking about Devin. He really can't. I mean,
was there any talk of you and Devin?
No, not at all. Devin is terrified with me, Errol, and I'm going to make it very clear. He is terrified of me. When I say he is scared every time I put my fingers on my phone to tweet against him, he is terrified. He keeps lying on me. He keeps on avoiding me. I don't understand a man that wants to talk all this shit, but his own dad said, hey, you are last on our list. I need to wait for Ryan to mature a little bit. Dude, what?
His dad was on the Boxing Voice too, I think yesterday or today.
Bitch, he is. Think about this, man. He framed me 100% of that shit, bro. His fucking brother somehow he messed up, said on Instagram, and quote, people could find the video before it even came out. I tested positive for steroids. His brother said, I know he's going to test positive for steroids. I have a feeling God told me. He clearly said shit too soon. This is the biggest
he did test positive for a
they
PED.
ever did, and they never want to clarify why the little brother said that. They always ignore that question. They ignore that I tested for 4 months straight before that fight, and then now they're lying after Barrios that I wasn't on VADA testing when I obviously was. Anybody who tests positive is going to get tested, dumbass. And
I don't know. There is something. Devin Haney's said that he wasn't tested by the WBC, and he's been a WBC champion. Was Ryan tested? Was Ryan tested?
I don't know.
In Vegas.
Here's the thing, Dave. You can't believe nobody.
That's hard without showing the public the proof.
Like, that's the thing. If Sumo can show the public the proof that Devin Haney has tested and make Devin Haney look like an ass,
why? Who does the WBC use for testing?
VADA.
Okay. All right. Well, according to according to every boxing fan, VADA and Devin Haney were in cahoots until the passing of Victor Conti. That I don't buy it though.
No, but here's the thing. Devin, if you haven't been drug tested by VADA, where's your proof? Mr. Sumo, if Devin Haney has been tested a lot of times, like you claim he has, where's the proof at? Where is the proof that this dude was tested? I want to know, because you both are known for lying constantly. And do you guys test somebody and then whatever do you don't drug test at all? We know the corruption of the WBC. Ryan claims, hey, I've been tested. Yeah. Ryan just needs to put proof out there that he was tested.
Okay.
And everything. They all got to put proof out. But here's the thing. If it turned out Devin Haney was not tested at all, then there was an issue. The WBC could be sued. Because you let me fight this dude that was never tested. He could have been on steroids and everything, and you chose not to. And another thing that I know why, I don't think he wants to fight Keyshawn, because Keyshawn can use the same strategy that he does against Fighter and beat Rape Bully. And he's going to have to fight with someone that weighs as much as him.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, listen to the rest of this clip, because this is the funny part's coming up finally. I hate to play the whole entire 2.5 minute clip, but
guys, if you can't see how much they are fucking holding on to that because they can't take the fucking L, your son was almost face down, ass up. Your son shitted on himself.
There it is.
Think about this. His son shitted on himself in the ring.
Hit the like, because Ryan Garcia says that Devin Haney pooped. Excuse me for the popping of the microphone. He pooped himself. According to Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney pooped himself. I didn't see the stains. But you know something, guys? once you hit a certain age, it happens to every man. You don't have to get your ass beat. It's going to happen at some point when you get to a certain age, fellas. You might just eat something that hits you the wrong and pray that you make it to a restroom or you have a change of clothes. I'm not saying it happened to me.
But,
I'm just saying it happens.
It's just, like people, like I even comment on the thing when he says you took a lot of tests. Where's the proof? Where's the proof that he took the test at? Show us some fucking proof, because you're a known liar. Like, that's what I said the Sumas tweet on X. Show us proof, because you're a known liar. And he's not going to show proof. He's going to say it's a case-by-case basis, like usual. And he doesn't, and like, what's going to happen when he finally gets sued? Like the IBF, they're going to wind up losing because they took sanctioning fee off of Opataya and everything. But another thing is, what happens when Suma's going to realize that people are going to say, fuck the WBC, they're going to wind up starting to boycott them eventually. And then he's going to say, oh, you're mandatory and everything. Nah, I don't want to fight for your belt. You're corrupted. I don't want to fight for a corrupted belt.
Yeah, I hear you,
and
man.
Everything. So, like, the other thing with Zuffa, they're trying to become their own league, but they're better off becoming a promotional company.
You know what's funny is that all this talk about titles and, the Jai Opataya suing the IBF because he signed with Zuffa and they stripped him his belt. What they're advertising, Zuffa is being advertised as like their belt is legitimate like all the other belts, WBO, WBC, blah, blah, blah. But in their actual public documents, it doesn't describe that belt as a actual world title. That's pretty interesting. So I do got some more boxing news to cover, and then we'll go into our predictions officially. We'll just hammer out all the predictions. But we talked about Ryan Garcia. The Conor Benn fight is going to happen here in Las Vegas on Mexican Independence Day weekend, and I'm really enjoying all the back and forth banter between Conor Benn. I think it's getting under the skin of Ryan Garcia because a lot of people, including members of Vince's family, who Vince has got relations with family relations with the Vargas family. They're coming after Ryan Garcia. And a lot of the fans are calling Ryan, they've been calling Ryan the No Sabos. The No Sabo is a reference to Mexican Americans that don't know how to speak Spanish. But Ryan had a really good clip. I'm going to look for it. Look, they moved Ryan Garcia to the biggest fight weekend possible other than Cinco de Mayo. They're giving him the best date in Vegas fight. There's only 2 dates in Vegas that mean anything. It's September, Mexican Independence Day. And Canelo, he made a big interview today with Ariel Helwani. He announced that his fight is going to happen October 31st, a Halloween massacre. I don't know, Halloween. He said on the Ariel Helwani show that the reason why he gave up that date is because he's had some personal family stuff going on that needed immediate attention, and he couldn't start his camp. He just couldn't start camp right away. So Canelo's moving to Halloween. I don't know what time. Saudi Arabia. I guess it's going to be a daytime fight from Saudi Arabia. But he's been saying a lot. You want to hear what he had to say about Jake Paul?
Yep.
Let's hear it. All right, but Jake Paul, what he had to say about Jake Paul?
Different about that fight with Jake Paul and anything.
How do you think it would have gone if you fought him?
I don't want to say. I don't want to get into.
Nice guy.
If I say something, he's gonna start talking.
Sure.
I don't.
He's gonna talk anyways.
I don't really want to be into that. It's not the fight we need to talk.
Do you think at some point it would make sense?
No, not anymore.
No, now you're done.
He need to think about fighting again. But it's his life, not my life, right?
Sure. After breaking his jaw.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a mistake?
Yes. You can tell.
Yeah.
Man, Canelo says he hopes this guy never gets back in the ring for his own good, and he's probably right. A big shout out to my homie Card Shop Reality, who had a great time hanging out with him last week here in Las Vegas. It was great to catch up with him. I have a really funny clip if you're still here, Card Shop. My boy Card Shop's got a trading card business, Drew. You might want to perk up for that. in case you got some cards around here. But being that he's in the card business, he was telling me about the Pokemons that were coming out last Friday. Did you know about this, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew about them. And I don't care if you're talking about like Trader Joe's. There was fights at my Trader Joe's like a couple weeks ago. That they told all the staff told me because people were going psycho over Trader Joe's bags. But without fail, over Pokemon cards, we get some boxing. We get some boxing here too. Look at these. We get some Pokemon boxing. Oh yeah, had to be California. Oh, yeah, the girls is getting in on it, too. These Pokemon cards are hot. Catching fades over. Look at this. Wrestling. Yep, they got their own channel, Pokemon World Star. Would you ever? Oh, my God. Would you ever get in a fight over a I mean, what do these things resell for, bro? People are fighting like they got to get their hands on these Pokemon cards.
Some of them are really pricey.
I mean, Wiley says he doesn't get the Pokemon craze. I understand the resale value, guys. I that people out there are making money. It's tough out there to make money. You know, like people are fighting over bags at Trader Joe's that cost $3 so they can post them on eBay and sell them for $60. So I don't know what these Pokemon cards go for, but it's wild. It's wild. Just don't kill nobody over no Pokemon cards, man. That would be ridiculous. There he says the card shop says $55 and they turn into $250. Shout out to Jose El Compita. I appreciate you guys, both of you guys being in here. Yeah, people going nuts over these Pokemon cards. They're out of control. I'm glad I found that clip.
Yo.
Yeah.
I told a girl, I went out to a bar one night. I told a girl that I was like this. I told her before I have sex, I played a Pokemon theme song.
That's funny, man.
That's funny. You gotta listen to the song, and like you'll get what I'm talking about. The lyrics, you'll be laughing your ass off.
This interview with Canelo Alvarez, the Ariel Helwani show. I mean, if I could snap my fingers and have a dream career in broadcast, it would be like Ariel Helwani. I'd have this. It'd be the Dave show. It'd be me interviewing Canelo. But go watch that whole interview, guys. Vince is not here, guys. Vince is now become an integral part of my show here. And if he does come or tomorrow, I just wanted to show you guys. But his nephews, both of his nephews. Let's play the clip because the promotion for BKB, which I think is still I think it's a ridiculously violent sport. There's no ring. It's actually a triangle ring, which means you can't run from anything. It's just straight up bare knuckle fist fighting. It's a fist fight.
Let's go.
So his nephews have arrived from Las Vegas, and they're doing a proper promotion in the UK. BKB 57 on Vice TV. I think it's going to be I think that's their home, Vice TV. Their dad Fernando Amato will be fighting. They're doing a proper promotion. You got to watch that fight. Jose, you got to watch this fight, man. You got to tune in somehow to the highlights and support my boy Vince here. His nephews got this incredible package deal. They're going to fight more than once, obviously, for BKB. They left boxing temporarily for this. And I think Paulie Balanashi was a commentator for this one. They got a really cool broadcast team, but Paulie's actually going to be in Australia covering the Tim Tszyu Errol Spence fight. But still, man. Yes, I did. Jose says, did you see Ortiz's face? It was absolutely graphic. Like the dude's face was. And so last Saturday in LA, we covered it earlier in the week, but 3 professional boxers now fighting in the same company, BKB. They all won, but it's not all smooth sailing. You know, the first guy, Jojo Diaz, got a quick knockout. His face was unblemished. Second guy, Angulo, looked pretty damn slow as molasses against his opponent, who was not a professional boxer. He had to go into the second round to win that fight with a left hook. And then Vicious Victor Ortiz, who most people will remember when he quit or when he fought Floyd Mayweather and headbutted Floyd Mayweather and then got knocked out. But once upon a time, Virgil Ortiz was Oscar De La Hoya's golden boy. He was the Ryan Garcia of his time. And yeah, man, it's not easy work. In fact, I've seen that a lot of people on Twitter, X, a lot of boxing fans think that they don't seem to understand why anybody would go from boxing into that sport. Drew, do you think this is a wise move? I mean, financially, we don't know the financials, but like, even for me, I mean, I love UFC, I love MMA, I love boxing, obviously. But damn, do you get effed up in bare knuckle boxing?
He gets hit too fucking much. I don't think it's gonna be a long investment.
Man, hey, shout out to Karchab. I might fly to Vegas for this Halloween. Wouldn't be the first time, and obviously, that's pretty. I mean, there is no better time. Here's that picture. Actually, here you go. There it is. Why BKB has surpassed BKFC as bare knuckle boxing's top promotion? Well, they're doing a good job. There's a different company called BKFC, and I think that's the one Austin Trout. He fought recently. Austin Trout fought Canelo Alvarez, and I think he got knocked out a couple of weeks ago. But they're doing really, really good promotions for Vince's nephews and for everything. They're like back-to-back shows. They're getting a lot of attention, and they're fighting. Actually, they're hiring a lot of pro ex-boxers or current boxers. That's really interesting. Hey, Drew, did you want to hear what Canelo had to say about the belts? Because I think the belts still matter. The Zuffa belt is not a real belt yet to anyone. You know, will it ever be? Who knows? Maybe Zuffa will surpass regular boxing, the zone. But Canelo talks about if his son goes into fighting, he wants his son to follow his career path. You want to hear that clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here it is.
To everything.
And unified champ, undisputed champ, the system with the 4 belts, you're okay with it?
I'm okay with everything. You need to adapt yourself to everything. It's like you need to adapt yourself to anything, and I'm okay with it.
Are you okay with the system? Terrence talked about the fees and things like that.
You need to pay.
Yeah.
Because they sanction the fight, they put the judges, they put the referee, they work. They make the bell. They have a office.
Okay, I get it.
They need to make money.
So you've never had a problem with that?
Pay, no, I don't.
There's a big push now to try to get rid of the belts. You see this, right? But do you think it will always be a part of boxing?
Yes,
Yeah.
need to be.
Need to be.
Need to be part of boxing because those belts have a lot of history.
Man, he's right about that. He's right about those belts. Those belts, especially for Mexican fighters, the WBC. Whether or not we like Mauricio Suleiman or any of that. I mean, Wiley says more belts, more cash. It is expensive. I remember this one fighter. What was his name? When during COVID, he became 140-pound undisputed British fighter, beat the Mexican fighter from Fresno. See, I'm bad with names. I got boxing dementia. I got boxing dementia. Josh Kelly. It wasn't Josh. It was Josh. What was his name?
Joshua Cloudy?
Taylor. Joshua Taylor. Joshua Taylor.
Yeah. But
Josh Taylor.
When he fought Jose Ramirez?
Yes, he became undisputed. Yeah, I was here that weekend. It was Cinco de Mayo, right after COVID. He fought Ramirez from Fresno. It was a fight that I was there. I posted the video when they got into a fight at the Virgin back in the day. I think it was the Hard Rock, but maybe it was the Virgin. Anyways, he became undisputed. He had all the belts, and then he gave like 3 of them back. He's like, shit, I'm not Canelo Alvarez. I can't afford all these belts. There was like, how much did he have to pay just to hold on to those belts just for like a year? He eventually just gave them all up. He's like, here, take them back. I don't want them. Josh Taylor, thank you.
That's the issue. That is the issue of these sanctioning bodies. You are charging a shitload of money for these guys to hold your belts, and then you're trying to make them choose which belts to keep. And then at the end of the day, they're gonna say, "Yo, I'm not gonna hold your belt. Fuck you. Fuck your sanctioning body. Take your belt back. I'll keep the ring." And the other thing is, I'll keep the IBO over all of you guys. IBO don't charge me shit.
Yeah, speaking of lawsuits, I'm seeing it here. Yeah, Jaya Pattaya has filed a lawsuit against the IBF over being stripped of his title because he went to Zuffa. So you think he's going to win that lawsuit or at least mediate?
He is going to win that lawsuit. He paid a sanctioning fee, and they unjustifiably stripped him of his title for no reason. No due clause. He was willing to defend the title on Zuffa, and you did not want him to. He is promoted by Zuffa Boxing. You cannot hold that against who he's promoted for. Who's promoting him? It's what do they call it?
Conflict of interest?
Yeah. Discrimination.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. And then they go along and say Zuffa can't be part of the post bid. If Zuffa is a promotion company, as technically it is, unless the Muhammad Ali Act is changed, it's not a league. It's a promotion company. Dana White has a promoter's license, so he is allowed to be part of a post bid.
I totally forgot.
And another thing, Turki Al-Sheikh owns 60% of Zuffa.
Yeah, he does.
So Turki Al-Sheikh technically can be part of a post bid if he wanted. Yep. So somebody tell me how there's any way that there's no way Opetara wins a lawsuit. He's gonna win this lawsuit. And once he wins, they got to give him his belt back.
Yeah, for people who are starting to catch on to Dana White's Zuffa and a lot of these fans that are disappointed with all these constant shenanigans with the sanctioning bodies, I got to admit, I almost forgot this story, and it's important. The middleweight division, there's going to be a lot of change in the middleweight division. Xander Zayas is moving up there. Fighter that we've interviewed, Jesus Ramos Jr. is there. Janibek, a fighter with Top Rank, he missed weight one time. He recently got caught on some type of PED, and they were going to strip him, but I believe he just gave up the title. So this was the WBO. We talked about it earlier today. I hate when people become world champions in what they call the email champion. They used to accuse Devin Haney of being the email champ. Well, we got a new email champ because Janibek gave up his title, and now we have a fighter by the name of Denzel Bentley, who is now the full WBO middleweight champion. Didn't even have to fight for it. But he's the new champ. So congratulations to the latest quote-unquote email champion, Denzel Bentley, middleweight champ.
Let's get up to the email champ, guys.
I hate that. I hate it, but it's...
I'm going to email you my title. I'm going to email you the title, bro.
You get the title. Well, he was the interim champion, I guess now a lot of these people have interim champions, and something happens to the real champ, you get the championship belt. So, Drew, we haven't made our official bets yet. I just want to play one clip left of Ryan Garcia, and it has to do with the lead up to Conor Benn, guys. Conor Benn is the half-black UK fighter who speaks perfect Espanol. He lived in Spain, and the lead up to this big fight, Mexican Independence Day weekend in Las Vegas, is happening now. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. But Ryan has a message for all the haters, and if you're Chicano like me and Jose El Compita in the chat, this might resonate with us. It should resonate because he's got a message for all the people that say he's not Mexican. Let's listen.
We can. That was intense. Were you expecting that type of energy from him?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, this dude, if anybody's a performer, it's him. When he gets up there, he definitely wants to sell the fight, but he doesn't understand that, that's one aspect of it. He just is not that good of a fighter to back those things up. Like, he does it because he knows it's for a show. I'm doing it because I'm enjoying myself, and that's how I really act in real life. Like,
in all fairness to Conor Benn, saying that Conor Benn was not a good fighter. Now, he was caught on a PED, but the height of Conor Benn's career at welterweight, he had a very impressive resume at welterweight, Drew. I'm just going to say he knocked out at least 5 or 6 top guys in a row. Well, maybe Chris Algieri he knocked out. He knocked out this dude from Toronto that I interviewed once many, many years ago, Vargas. He basically knocked out everybody in his path as a welterweight before moving up in weight, before he had that long suspension because he got caught on a PED, just like Ryan. But Ryan's resume at welterweight isn't exactly. I mean, he beat who did he beat at welterweight? 143. I guess that's the welterweight division. He beat Devin Haney, and it was turned into a no contest. Lost to Raleigh Rolando Romero. Lost to him, who's current WBA champ. So and he beat Mario Barrios, who little Tank Davis. I mean, what's so special about his resume? But there's more, too, because he's going to talk about what's really bothering him.
That's just how I am. You talk shit, I'm going to go crazy. But I've been boxing my whole life, so I'm going to punish him in that ring. He can't punish me. He's not good enough as a fighter. But I do like his little energy. I think he's cool.
Okay.
But he's in for a rude awakening, him and his whole team. They know it. They're probably telling me, hey, man, you have a good chance to win a title, man. This is your dream. Yeah, they're hyping it up. But in the back of their mind, they know, nah, you're not ready.
You don't feel like he's on your level, basically?
Nah, not at all. I'm going to make that very clear.
Do you feel, okay, so he's coming up there. He's speaking to you in Spanish, by the way. Were you expecting that from him?
Here we are.
The Spanish was pretty good.
He's been kind of hyping that up. I've been dealing with this my whole life. I'm not Mexican, no sabo. And like even people that are Mexican and from where I live, and they always been bashing me since I was younger. Damn right bullying me.
He said he was damn right bullied in Victorville growing up because he did not speak Spanish. I saw his dad, Drew. His dad says, I'm sorry. Life was hard growing up. I was just focused on raising you guys, and I regret not teaching him and his baby brother, Sean, Spanish. His dad says, I'm sorry I didn't do that. Now, in fairness to Ryan, his mother is not speaking Spanish. I believe his mother's white. He's half white. Like I got a lot of half white cousins in my own family. Some of them have chosen to learn how to speak Spanish on their own as adults, which is remarkable. Now, Connor Ben didn't learn to speak Spanish as a little baby either, but he learned to speak Spanish. So should we cut Ryan slack that he can't speak Spanish? Or maybe somebody came on our show the other day and said that with all his free time, because he's a fighter, he has free time, maybe he should take Spanish classes. What about Canelo? Canelo, everybody ragged on Canelo because when's he going to learn to speak English? When's he going to learn to speak? And now look at Canelo.
Bad day.
So he says he was bullied. He's like,
and just putting down my heritage and who I am and saying, you're not worthy to be a Mexican. I'm like, but damn, what the fuck? What makes you the fucking worthy police? What makes you the fucking Mexican police where you're Mexican, you're not Mexican? It's like, bro, what makes you Mexican? Your blood, right?
I can relate to you, Ryan. My dad still lives, my biological dad still lives in Mexico. He's from one of the most violent states in Mexico. He still lives in Mexico, and I'll never be, to his side of the family, I'll never be full Mexican, even though it's in my blood. But I'm not crying about it. I never cried about them. You know what they call us, Drew? Mexican American? If you really don't speak any Spanish, even if you speak Spanish, they call you pocho. Pocho. Yeah, pocho is condescending. That's when the Mexican paisas, the Mexican nationals, they look down on you because, you're not really Mexican. But we are, man. He's got a point. We are Mexican. I mean, I'm not getting arrested and they're not going to put Caucasian on the paperwork. Are they?
Like, bro, I don't really know what the point of that is, but my hands are bilingual. They can speak any language, so I don't really care if he could speak Spanish. I don't really give a fuck if he could speak any language. You know what I mean? Motherfucker speak Mandarin. I don't give a fuck. He's getting his ass beat. So really.
Well, that's his answer, guys. Thank you for listening. Drew, you're shaking your head. Yeah, we get it for both sides, compita. But here's the deal. Ryan Garcia's been awarded the best holiday to fight on for any Mexican. And not only does he need to embrace his culture if he wants to get that fan base, but he might need to learn a little Spanish and say, look, I'm making an effort. I'm making an effort to reach out to my fans in Mexico. I want more fans from Mexico. I'm going to fight on the big holiday. And, you know, I'm making an effort. You can't have Conor Ben clown on you in Spanish for the next 5-6 weeks. It's probably going to happen, though. Drew, I know it's late. You got to work, Drew. Let me just run through these fights really quickly. Big fights starting with Saturday afternoon. All right, prediction for the Fury versus Watch.
Do we even have to put a prediction down for that?
I got Tyson. I got Fury by KO.
Yeah, I guess I'd go with KO by Fury too.
I'm going Fury by stoppage unless he needs practice. All right. Anthony Joshua. That's the Saturday daytime fight in the main event. Let's just look at the quick. Let's work our way up. Josh Kelly, 154-pound champion. He's got to win, and he might face Boots against Agyarko. I got him by decision because he really don't have that much power, in my opinion.
Yeah,
win by decision.
I got that win by decision too.
Let's talk about Turkey's boy, super middleweight champion. I don't even remember how he got the title. He might be an email champion. Hamza Shiraz of the UK versus Simon Zackenhuber for the WBO super middleweight title that once was held by Canelo Alvarez. I get maybe they just emailed him the title. I got Shiraz by stoppage.
Yeah, I think Shiraz is going to continue a KO streak. I think Shiraz is heading closer and closer to a big fight.
Now in the main event, Anthony Joshua's really not fighting a bum. He's fighting a guy named Christian Prenga, who's 20 wins, 1 loss, 20 wins by KO. So he does have power, and Anthony Joshua's been knocked out by even smaller fighters. Shoot, he was knocked out famously by Mexican fighter Andy Ruiz, much smaller fighter. Anthony Joshua's coming off a very dramatic and traumatic event where he was in Nigeria and his 2 best friends, part of his team, were killed, and he was in the same vehicle as his 2 friends, close friends, and members of his team perished in that vehicle. A very, very dramatic and sad event. Is there any possibility Anthony Joshua might not be in the right headspace, and could we get an upset?
I don't know if we're going to get an upset, but it might be a better fight than what people are thinking.
It could be, man. I got Anthony Joshua by decision. SoCal Darius says, what is he saying? Oh, no. He's giving a shout out to Compita. He probably seen your fancy footwork back in the legendary Fremont Street days. Compita says, I want to see by the end of the year Joshua and Fury at the Wembley. And that's the plan, bro. They got to both win. And hopefully they can figure out the location for this fight, because that's the reason why they're both fighting. They both, Anthony Joshua requested a tune-up before fighting Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury figured, well, shit, I might as well stay in shape. I'll fight the same weekend you're fighting, and we'll meet at the end of the year. Whether it's in Vegas or Wembley, who knows? So you got Joshua?
Yeah, I'm going Joshua by stoppage.
All right. I don't think I'm going to do the Zuffa card today, guys. There is boxing on Sunday on Paramount Plus. If I get together with Vince, we might come back on the air tomorrow night and talk about that in the BKB card. BKB, if you're interested in that, that's going to happen, I think, at the same time, 5 o'clock on Saturday, and that's going to feature Vince's nephews, Amado Vargas and Fernando Vargas Jr., who fought on the Canelo Alvarez. He was a co-main for that big fight at Allegiant Stadium. I've seen the 2 guys, Drew. Man. I mean, don't laugh, guys, but yeah, they one of the guys that's fighting the guy that's fighting Amado looks like, you got to respect every fighter, but at the same time, I was shocked seeing him in the face-off today. I mean, he looked like a guy who walked off a Tijuana bar, like walked out of the. Yeah. I I got them the brothers by KO, man. Just from visually, because again, with the BK bare knuckle fighter stuff, anybody you could be a pro boxer and get knocked out.
Everybody can be knocked out. There's no padding around your hands. You can really knock somebody out.
So it's dangerous. But anyways, we'll cover that more in depth tomorrow. No, that's right. I forgot. Let's go circle all the way back in the evening from Australia. Zoo versus Spence. Spence coming off a 3-year layoff. I am very divided, Drew. I'm very divided. The 3-year layoff reminds me of Conor McGregor. Everybody thought Conor McGregor was going to do something special. He just came off the longest layoff of his life. He had that horrible leg break. And Errol Spence is coming off of a beating? When did he fight Bud Crawford before his car accident or after the car accident? Now I forget. Before the car accident?
No, it was after.
Yeah, and Bud Crawford even made Canelo look washed up. Bud Crawford is that guy, man. So is Errol Spence really as bad as Bud Crawford made him look? Or is he really like Brian Mendoza, who I interviewed, his sparring partner, said, no, man, he's the goods again. He's back to his old self. Who wins that fight?
I'm picking Errol Spence by stoppage.
Errol Spence. Liam Wilson versus Stephen Fulton.
Fulton by decision.
Are you curious? Do you want to give out your Berlanga prediction? Edgar Berlanga on Sunday night, guys. Zuffa's going to be moving those fights off of football. When football season starts in 6 weeks, there's no way they can have fights on Sunday. But that's my prediction. Berlanga's fighting Canadian Stephen Butler. Bro, he got to knock that dude out.
I'm not even going to bet. I'm not even going to touch that fight. I'm not. Berlanga's not even worth it.
Jaleel Hackett. Jaleel Hackett is a Philly fighter. He's on that card too. He's fighting Sergey Derevchenko, New York fighter. Derevchenko's been in there with everybody. He's still fighting fucking Gennady Golovkin. That's a good fight for Jaleel Hackett. Who do you got in that one?
Oh, man.
But I pushed Drew to the limit tonight. He's got it. Yeah.
I just don't. I think Eric Berlanga is not a good fighter at all.
All right. Well, it's probably why. Look at that picture, Drew. They're promoting it on what is it? New York City. I guess the news. They showed up, man. The ticket sales are not good. They're not looking good. Even they sent Hitchens down there, the co-main and the main event, to promote it on the morning television news program. Come buy your tickets.
Here's the thing. He's exposed. He got knocked out. His flaws have been there. Nobody really gives a fuck about Evan Berlanga anymore.
Not even the Boricuas?
The Boricuas are smart enough to forsake him.
Oh my goodness. Compita says Berlanga's still out there celebrating that loss to Canelo. He's on the back of that parade float celebrating, guys. That's all we got, guys. I think we might have one more show before the big weekend's activities. Might even have a special guest this week. There is a Mike Tyson Amateur Invitational, and I got a fighter that's fighting in that. He's an amateur fighter, but he trains with all the pro fighters, guys, and he's making his appearance, and that's at the Sahara Casino right on the Strip, so I may have him before Saturday. Drew, I appreciate you, man. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.